Hello, dear friends. Welcome back to Mabel Loves Football. Welcome back to our channel. We are back again with the weekend previews. We're going to do the previews of the games that are going to be played this weekend, and of course, we have a very big match that is going to be played this weekend. Of course, Manchester City versus Liverpool, a match that we are looking forward to. So, guys, tell us what you think about those matches that are going to be played this weekend. Now, it's so unfortunate that most of those games are going to be played at the same time. Manchester United versus Manchester. Wanacheza na nani?
Newcastle.
Manchester United versus Newcastle is going to be at 4 p.m. Kenyan time. Chelsea versus Aston Villa is going to be 4 p.m. Kenyan time. And also Arsenal versus who? Leeds, going to be 4 p.m. Kenyan time. So you guys tell me what you think about those matches. Tell me the match that you're going to be focusing on. Are you going to focus on the top of the table, as in Arsenal versus Leeds, or are you going to focus on the battle between the fourth and fifth? That is Manchester United and Chelsea. Tell me the battle that you're looking forward to, guys. So today we are going to look at the previews. Let's start with your opening remarks on how the week has been. Kenan, football-wise.
My week has been long enough.
Yeah.
Boring Champions League football. This is not the Champions League we grew up watching.
Yeah.
The referees are making it more boring.
Yeah.
Some weird calls. I saw yesterday United, Dalot did the same challenge that Mount did on Tomori, but nothing happened.
Okay.
Like, where's the consistency from these referees? But regardless, I'm happy the week is coming to an end and we're entering to the weekend. Action-packed, full of football. El Clasico is here. Man City versus Liverpool, Chelsea, United, Arsenal, all playing the same time. So it will be a good day to look forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Reg, how was your week football-wise? Some of the highlights that you watched, some of the highlights that you can tell us this week.
Actually, my week was wonderful. Also, I don't need to say it. I don't need to say it. I don't need to explain much. But my week was it was a very phenomenal week. It was very great. It was very wonderful. Because actually, you know what matters is winning games. Winning games is what that matters. And actually, we won because last weekend we won against Liverpool, and yesterday against Bodo in the Europa League match. So actually, it has been a very wonderful week. So we are looking forward towards playing against Sunday. That's a very, very big match. It's a very, very big test because Leeds is not a team to underrate because they've been beating other teams. They've been performing. Their style of play is very good. So we have to focus on Sunday. So it has been a very wonderful week for us.
Wow. Someone should send a link for a group for that. Please do that for me. So thank you so much. Then what have you picked from Champions League? Of course, I know your team haichezi Champions League. Umepick nini kutoka Champions League? Tell me what you picked. Some of the highlights you picked.
Actually, I personally would say that I've watched this week. I've watched the Champions League, but actually, as Kenan said, I want to be very honest.
Yeah.
This time, this Champions League, you cannot compare it to the previous ones, to the old ones, because actually, a long time ago, when you heard people mentioning the Champions League, actually, even if somebody mentions the UCL, mentioning it alone will give you the psych. to watch each and every game. But nowadays, teams are just there like they're sluggish, like they're just like lazy teams. The style of play is not good. You know, sometimes back, the Champions League was the real Champions League, you see.
But it's too early. I think it's too early. Most of the time in group you don't have
even the sometimes back, the old times, it was still early, but you could from the very first game of the Champions League until the last one, until the final, you could have the urge of watching each and every game. You could leave everything. You could do away with your programs just to watch the Champions League. Even I remember very well, your team could be knocked out of the Champions League, but you would still have the urge of watching each and every match. You see, that's what I'm saying. But nowadays, I don't know what's happening nowadays. The game is not interesting anymore. I don't know what's happening.
But I think it's too early for you to talk about that, because most of the time in group stages, we don't have so many matches that attracts attention.
No.
Bro, that's why it's called the Champions League. Like, Champions League should be entertaining from the first game to the last.
Yes.
Still as much new groups that
actually I remember acha niwakumbushe kitu. I remember Arsenal tulikuwa tumepangwa group stages na PSG that time na tukadraw home and away. Like, it was a very interesting game. Alafu kuna nyingine, kuna kama ile Barcelona versus PSG. Ile Barcelona they lost 4-0 during the first leg. Alafu waka come back, it was 6-1. So such kind of matches, you see, such kind of things donaongelea, like Bayern versus Barcelona back then. You remember those times? Sijui kama this time. Alafu pia I can say that, you know, back then those type of players, now this type of players nowadays, there is a difference. Like, those type of players who are playing were trying to give it all for the team. Players like De Rossi, Totti. You remember those times?
I remember those times.
Robin, those type of players, Schwarzenegger. Hizo ndo vitu naongelea. Yani siku hizi kuna a slight difference. Unajua, the players we have now, they don't want like to strain. They don't want to struggle much, even in modern football. I can say that
when Ajax was playing against Napoli, I think that was a good match. There were some goals there, quality players playing there.
Hatujasema ati ni matches zote zilikuwa boring. Like, tunasema like kulikuwa that 2%, that 2% yenye ilikuwa interesting, but the 90%, the 90% is not good. Kama acha nikwambie,
boring game.
Actually let me acha hata nakuja hapo. Chelsea versus AC Milan. AC Milan si team yenye tulikuwa tuna expect ati italose home and away. Tuongee ukweli. AC Milan, like, back then, yani hata hawana, they don't have that spirit. They don't have that unity. They don't have that together. Yani, you don't even know. At least kungekuwa na you win the first leg, they draw this one, ama they win also. Like, there's no challenge. There's no challenge.
Okay, I agree with you. Sometimes when you hear on paper ukisikia AC Milan versus Chelsea, back then it was a battle. Nowadays it doesn't seem to be a battle. Like now Juventus, you can imagine Juventus losing games. Before it was haikuwa inaenda hivyo before. Nowadays I think especially the Italy teams, apart from Napoli now.
That time ukisikia the Red Devils versus the old lady ambayo ni Juventus, unajua hapa there is a tough match. Wakina Scholes pale katikati, wakina Carrick pale, Giggs huko juu, unaona? Nyuma kuna Ferdinand na Vidic pale, kuna Van der Sar pale, unaona? Yani that's what I'm thinking about, man. Alafu kule kuna Del Piero, unaona? Kuna bado Chiellini, Bonucci those times. Alafu kuna yule hizo ndo vitu tunaongelea. Siku hizi hakuna, there's no challenge nowadays. There's no challenge.
So where is the challenge? Where is the challenge now? Because you're talking about, you're saying that the Champions League doesn't have the value that it used to have. So where is the challenge now? Is it that the teams are deteriorating? The Premier League.
Like
Premier League is the best.
Let's talk of the European stage. Where is the talent?
What's happening, Kitambo? People will take Champions League serious, like it's Champions League.
Yes.
You'd unaona in the Premier League you'll bench your players, your first 11 in the Premier League, wacheze Champions League.
Yes, that's how serious it was.
Because you are competing with champions of other nations. But
exactly.
You are benching players Champions League ndio wacheze Premier League.
Hata by the way, say Europa iko more interesting than the UCL.
Ndio nilikuwa naambia Sam, like it's shocking how Europa is getting more streams, more hype than Champions League.
Actually, tuongele two games za jana, Man United na ya Arsenal. Both of them won 1-0. Wali struggle kuwin sana. Like the opponent teams were trying, they were attacking. Look at the goalkeeper yesterday against who was playing against United. Such an interesting game, man. But bana pale Chelsea na Milan bana sasa hii vitu bana, mtu amekelea mtu mkono amepewa red card bana, sasa vitu gani? There's no challenge at all.
That night, especially when that night you're talking about, when Chelsea was playing Milan, I think the only team that won in that night was only Chelsea. The other teams didn't win. Kulikuwa tuna madraw.
Bofest 1-1.
Yeah, 1-1 exactly. So I think those matches were tough matches. Like PSG Benfica.
Unakumbuka the match? Even nowadays the UCL finals are rubbish.
They are I think so.
Yes.
Which one? Ni gani unakumbuka ilikuwa lively apart from the rubbish that you're talking about? And you can also name a few that were rubbish.
Tuanzie na pale Liverpool
versus Real Madrid.
Liverpool versus AC Milan.
United versus Barca, even though we lost.
United versus Barca, the 3-1. You remember?
Yeah, even though we lost.
I remember.
United versus Chelsea under the rain in Moscow.
The one Chelsea won the UCL. Di Matteo.
Bayern.
Yes. So nowadays there's no.
Everyone was rooting for Bayern, but Chelsea came up and won it.
Hata nowadays ni UCL final, lakini unaweza sema acha nilale, nita results nitajua asubuhi.
Is it because you guys, your teams are now not involved in the USL finals? That's why you guys don't find it interesting. I'm just asking, man, because I'm not getting it, because you guys are talking of when your team were getting to the finals. Like you've talked of Barcelona versus United at Wembley. You've talked Bayern versus Chelsea. That's when Chelsea also won.
Arsenal versus Barcelona, the one we got a red card and we lost 2-1.
2-6.
Those were the times. Yes.
Those were the times.
Yes.
I still think it has the same quality. It's only that
last season team ilifanya tuangalie UCL sana ni Real Madrid. Prove me wrong.
Because of the way they were used to win, the way they won most of their matches.
Actually, they were like we had the urge to watch what Madrid is going to do, because each and every team they were playing against was a big team. They played against Chelsea, City, and actually Benzema. Yes, they were really performing. Yes, PSG. You see,
at least in the last 3 finals, we've been served with good finals, because we'll go into finals without even knowing who is going to win. It was a 50-50 chance. Because
most boring final ilikuwa Chelsea na Man City. Most boring one.
Was it boring?
Boring kwangu Liverpool.
No. You guys are funny, man. How was it boring? Can you explain?
It was to me it was boring.
How?
I never felt like this is a real final, you know.
So what didn't you experience? What were you expecting? Tell me. That one I have to ask you.
You know,
you see what UEFA did
back in
2009 when walionea Chelsea. Ilikuwa 2009 ama ilikuwa 2009. Chelsea versus United were going to get to the finals back to back.
Exactly. I remember when
but UEFA favored back and break your monotony, same same teams from the same country facing each other.
Yeah.
So hapo hakuna diversity. So often at times when same teams from the same federation face each other, game inakuwa boring, juana. That's why ukipata game ni team ya Spain versus England versus Italy, your game iko prone kubamba juu ni different setups, different tactics, different everything. But Chelsea versus Man City, 90% of the fans knows what is going to happen. You get?
So what was going to happen? So you guys thought that Chelsea were going to be beaten?
Mimi sikasema hiyo game ilinibo, but hiyo ndio defense ya UEFA. They don't like when teams from the same country face each other. Yeah, because the game is more predictable. Like hakuna hiyo thrill ya kutaka kuwatch hizi gizi nini. Unaona? Ikuwe country versus country. So no more like hakuna hiyo engagement ya more fans. Una get? Ni fans pekee wa England watawatch your game.
So Red.
Yes.
Red, just to highlight here kidogo, why do you think that Man City versus Chelsea was boring? What were you expecting that you didn't see?
Actually, me naweza sema tu, I never felt like it was a real final. Unajua the other finals nitarudi tena back then sitaki kujiregelea sana. Back then like ulikuwa unaona from kwanza from the style of play, yani everything was interesting from the first bit the last of it. See, yani it was very, yani everything was interesting, manze.
Welcome Ben.
Hi.
Hi, welcome.
Lakini these days manze hakuna ile hata ile thirst ya kuwatch finals siku hizi. Unaweza sema wacha tu leo nikose hii hiyo, mnaelewa venye nasema. Lakini kitambo pale una hata plans zako zenye ulikuwa nazo, unasema leo I'm watching the Champions League final. Today I'm watching the Champions League final. This one is going to be a great one. It's going to be a big one. But nowadays it's not as it used to be back then. It's very different. There's a very big difference.
Okay, thank you so much, Ben.
Hello, hi.
Welcome. We're talking about Champions League nights,
Yes.
Yes, my boys are saying that nowadays it seems that Champions League finals are boring. Do you share the same sentiment that nowadays Champions League finals are boring? You don't find the same thing that you used to find before? You remember 2012
Champions I do share. Final? Yeah.
We watched together. I remember that final.
In high school, It was school.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Amepotea. So.
Mommy?
Yes, let's continue. Ben? Ben?
Oh, hi, Sam.
Yes, let's continue. Tell us what you think about that. Do you think that Champions League final is about?
Okay, I'll get back to you. Just a minute. I'll get back to you.
Okay, no problem. So let's continue. Reg. I don't think you guys. For me, I think that we still have the same quality. We still have the same quality. The problem is that most of those big teams that will go to the Champions League final nowadays they are not there. Remember the likes of Manchester United, the likes of Inter Milan. Of course, back then we used to have Juventus getting to latter stages of Champions League. Nowadays, you don't see them, and it is believed that now we have newcomers in Champions League semi-finals and finals, because tuko na kina PSG, teams zenye zilikuwa zinaingia to that level. Tuko na Man City, teams zenye hazijulikani for that history. We have, of course, Chelsea has been there, but it doesn't share that big history as Real Madrid, AC Milan, and Inter Milan. So I don't think we've lost the quality. We still have the quality. It's only that now most of the teams that used to participate in those Champions League and semis and finals, they have a large following. That's why squeeze hakuna hizo match streams, because we don't have much following in these other teams. But the quality is still there. The quality, especially in the semis and the finals. For me, that's what I can say. I mean, I think we still have the same quality. And I hope very soon Arsenal will get to the semis, so that you can you can also feel the way you felt in 2006.
Which semis? Which semis?
The Champions League semi-finals, semis, and probably if you're lucky, you get to the finals.
Actually, you know the good thing with me, I have a team which has young players, and actually I'm very they are performing because they still have quite a long time. They still, because most of them are being offered a contract extension. So actually, we will get there. We'll get. We don't have midfielders like Jorginho in our team. Such midfielders are not good enough. So as for us, we have very good midfielders. We have very good forwards. We have a very good backline. So we are rebuilding our team. So actually, we will get there, because when you look at when Arteta joined Arsenal, we had a very, very bad team. Actually, it was not good enough. But when you look at our team now, actually there is hope. You can see what we are trying to do. So actually, yes, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Sometimes I look at Arsenal and this is very serious. In fact, I'm very serious when I'm going to make this point, and it's very serious. I look at you guys. Arteta alipata team inamaliza number 5. Then hakuwahi wafikisha hata Europe. This is the first time that you guys have played Europe under him, and you said that he found a very bad team. He found a team that was qualifying for European Cups, like ilikuwa inacheza Europa League. And Arteta 2 times he's tried na hajawafikisha. This is the first time he's doing that, and you guys are still saying that you are progressing.
Okay, nataka nikujibu. Let's say when a manager umeachiwa this team with another manager, umekuja sasa as a new manager, you have your own tactics, you have your own strategies, you have your own ideas. So the question is, those type of players when umeachiwa, do they fit into your system? Can they play the way you want? That's another question.
Yeah.
Yes. So the kind of players wenye alipata pale, actually that's why Ali he ordered many of them to be sold. Many of them were released. Why? Because many of them never did not fit into his system. We had defenders like Socrates. We had people like David Luiz. You see, those kind of players. So actually, the players we had, he never wanted to work with them simply because they could not fit into his system. They could not play the way he wanted.
But the same player he's achieving now.
Yes. So
the final of Europa League.
He has proved people wrong, because actually the issue is now he is progressing. Now he's really performing. Shida ingekuja if now he is not performing, because actually alipatiwa chance to sign the players he wants. A player like Nicolas Pepe. Nicolas Pepe alikuwa anapendwa sana na Unai Emery. Yes. But why not Mikel Arteta? Simply because he couldn't fit into Mikel Arteta's style of play, the tactics and all that. That's why he had to go out on loan. You see, a manager like Ten Hag angekuwa ameachiwa the wheel, angekuwa amekuja right after Ole Gunnar, obvious angejaribu kufanya changes. Unaona, angejaribu you kuna players obvious ama definitely ange-release. Why? Because they could not play with this system. They could not fit the system. Yes. So that's why each and every manager akona strategy zake, unaona.
Okay, thank you. Let atupatie Ben atupatie opening remarks kuhusu Champions League. Now, are you seeing a progress in what you are doing at Arsenal? I know you are an Arsenal fan, and I'm confused sometimes when I look at Arsenal. People say that this guy is doing a good job at Arsenal, Mikel Arteta, and he's gotten 2 times. Amepata chance ya kufanya hiyo team progress, but 2 times haja progress from 8th position. It's only this time that aliweza qualify for Europe. Do you think there's progress in what you're doing? And do you think that the performance that you have now is going to be sustainable up to the end of the season?
Okay. Hello, team.
Okay.
First, I'll say, okay, so I'm sorry, they were joined the first time. Niko nikilenga, but I'm sorry, see intentional. I've been tight somewhere, but today nimesema lazima I must fix that tight schedule. Ningekuwa kwa hii session. Okay. Naitwa Benso, but jina yangu sana ni BK. I'm the Ghana. I'm a Ghana. And I'll start first kwa hiyo swali sama ameuliza about the progress ya Arsenal. Yeah, we are progressing. Because if you take a look, when Arteta took over, okay, I'll inherit an average club. I'll talk of that, an average club. Ona, he came, saidi season yake ya 3, I guess, you know?
The
third season. Ya 4? No.
Yeah.
Aliingia 2019.
No. Actually
19 December.
Aliingia ilikuwa half a season, aliingia katikati.
Baada ya Lundberg. Aliingia December 2019, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, actually, yes.
So these are that proper season. Hello? Season yake ya 3. Ile ingine aliingia halfway. Unaona? So okay, Arteta anakuja na policies zake. So briefly I'll say for now we are seeing a revolution kama Arsenal. Results can attest that because kuko na revolution ama kuko na progress, the final thing ya progress ni results. You can see that.
Exactly.
So I think, but I'll be honest, to be honest on this, we are not complete. We're not complete because around the midfields, they angalia direct football. When I talk of direct football, the likes of Santi Cazorla. Ataka msi anajua kuhesabu wasi 3 4. We open I haven't seen, so we need to do something. At least tuko na ule mse ule key, ule padlo opener. The way Cazorla used to play. Ulikuwa unapata games kama za Liverpool. Game kama ya Man City. So it's very easy. If you remember game ya 2015, began na Man City. Remember that 2015? The key person was Cazorla. I do remember why cheza hiyo midfield na Benayoun akiwa loan Arsenal. So we are not complete in the midfield. We want a padlock opener. Ule mse at least anaweza hesabu wasi 3. Unaona? As a game advance to the higher level. Again, hapo kwa Gabriel. I still find some issues kidogo hapo kwa Gabriel because we need a complete physique person. Ule mse yani you possess that the position that you have because ukiangalia about umefungwa na Liverpool. Unaona? Ana ile possession, you see? Hiyo left foot yake. Hiyo left foot yake bado hajakuwa okay, unless kama anahitaji more trainings, but sijaona we still need to find someone at least better. Ama ule msana anaweza mpea competition. Unaona? Asikiwe that asikiwe na laxity. For me, but averagely mimi naona tuko na progress kama Arsenal. Some additions more, gonna have a very, very full and promising club in the near future.
Okay, thank you so much. What do you have to say about Champions League finals lately? Do you find them interesting?
No, not at all. I'll support my friend when alikuwa naongelea, if you compare the past campaigns na hizi ziko saizi, no. We are kuna hiyo margin kubwa sana. Kuna hiyo margin. Ukiangalia something back kidogo kulikuwa na talent, heavy talent. Ukiangalia Bayern, wajua mention hiyo 2012 Bayern kulikuwa na heavyweights, kulikuwa bana Robben, kulikuwa na Ribery hapo. Match zilikuwa that heavy. But now squeezy, maze, I don't see. Bad. Though England may improve. England may improve so far because ukiangalia we've been advancing to some levels. Okay, we are missing Manchester because since Sir Alex Ferguson atoke, it's been like a process, an experiment. Coach after coach, naona, na kuna wasi hiyo 2013 kuna wasi wali left, naona. So they've been trying to experiment. Nika umeenda lab, naona, unaenda lab, unajaribu these tactics ina fail, you try this one ina fail, you see. So we are missing the big weeks in that in that advanced level ya Champions League. So ukiangalia Guardiola amepiga finali na Chelsea, amelewa bado la season, ametolewa, you see. Bado ana ile anakosa ile experience alikuwa nayo kwa Barcelona, unaona. So because you can't talk of talent because ukiangalia PSG yako na talent sahi,
akona talent kabisa.
Umse double layer juu ukiangalia squad yake ya pili bado inaweza make sense, inaweza kuja, they can pull out results bado, unaona. So I think we are missing that thing. Kitambo ilikuwa ndio rivalry. The fiercest rivalry the Champions League. Maybe brought by, it could be tactics. Mimi naona it could be tactics. Because ukiangalia Fergie versus alikuwa Guardiola 2009. Is it 2009 ama 2010? Wakipiga na Manchester United.
2013. 2012. Kenan, do you remember the exact season?
Oh, no, that.
Kuna 2009 na 2011. Zilikuwa mbili.
Nataka hii game
Wembley.
ya Manchester ilitafuta ball na touch. Ni hiyo game gani hiyo?
Ya 3-1 2011.
Hiyo sasa. You see, we missed those sensations. Tuna miss hizi kwa champagne. Naona champagne na iko boring. Haina ile, okay, it could be hakuna ile hakuna heavyweights. Hiyo time una Barcelona bado uko na Iniesta, uko na Xavi, Messi bado alikuwa hapo. Samuel Eto'o bado alikuwa. Unaona? So we are missing those fiercest games. Okay, I brought about by maybe talents na also tactics because to explain more on tactics, kuna hizo Barcelona's philosophy, bola ni tiki-taka, you see, tiki-taka na versus the overachiever sasa, the Alex Ferguson. So you meet the best club in the world. Okay, by that time town Manchester versus tactician Pep Guardiola. So naona, so game ilikuwa kuna ile excitement ya coach finally, but now you can think of missing a final, ndio, as per now.
Okay, thank you so much for contribution on that. So Kenan, now let's now talk of sijasikia kuhusu Arsenal venye umesema, you think they are progressing, and as you talk about that, you can also give us your expectation on Arsenal versus Leeds this weekend. Upatiane prediction as we go.
Yeah, I think saying that Arteta inherited a team that finished 5th, then he finished 8th.
Yeah.
Slightly ni like unajua Arteta ndio first real job yake.
Yeah.
He's the youngest manager, I think, in England.
Mm-hmm.
He has the youngest.
Yeah.
Now he was given time to build something. Now he asked for time, like for players to play the way the style of football he wants.
Yeah.
So he was given the players na akapewa nini like time ya ku build your process. Now you know nini success. Well, okay, when fan wa Chelsea wezi jua. Success is built.
Not bought.
Yenu si ati bought, but yenu ni nyimezoea instant success. Amjazoea kutrust process you get. So coach perform anaenda. Yeah, but for Arsenal, Arteta was given time to build something like a long-term project.
Exactly.
Yes, unaona sasa kama sisi Fagi left us an aging squad. So it was so hard to transition from 2013 na hiyo ndio time yenye modern football imeanza kushika na tuko na a bunch of 30-year-olds na tulikuwa tunatumia 442 kutransition kwa modern football, so it was hard. So Arteta was given time to build something yenye sahi imeanza kushow results. Actually Janza this season, if you notice, Arsenal have been better kwangu tangu last year January, last season January.
Yeah, actually this year January.
Yeah, sasa last season.
Yeah, last season, yeah.
One ndio second to City ukiangalia kwa form. Yeah, so the process that Arteta was building is now like showing results. Yeah, though hajafika kwenye, I feel like hawajafika kwenye wanataka kukua juu. Teams like Chelsea still do have quality depth.
Yeah, the depth, yeah, exactly. Right.
Arsenal have depth, but that not quality. Juu ukitoa Jesus,
yeah,
Nketiah can't fill these shoes.
He can't match.
Yeah. Lokonga yako chini. But for sides like City and Chelsea, they have depth and quality depth. In such that ukitoa Sterling, unaweka Havertz. Now Havertz can show you goals or something. Like there's still a player in him.
Yeah.
So I believe that Arsenal they're headed to the right direction, but they need more players and they need consistency. But so far sasa wako na belief na I think one ndio sasa wana challenge Man City kwa hiyo title. Yeah, so far so good.
So far so good. What do you expect from them when they will be facing Leeds? Leeds is also a good team.
Yeah, kwanza at home, Leeds have a good team. They have a good team. The players who are injured are back.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting a really tight game. But kulingana na form, Arsenal have only lost one game.
Yeah.
Now they have beaten Spurs and Liverpool back to back. Hii hata ukwe timu gani na kupea confidence mbaya. So I'm expecting it to be a tight game, but Arsenal will win it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Let me give my thoughts about Arsenal. Of course, for me, my observation is that these guys have progressed, and vile mnasema they have brought in good players. Good players, especially when you look at their defense. Saizi wako na Saliba, wako na Ben White mwenye alikuja last season. He got his first season last season. Gabriel who came the other season. So at least Arteta amejaribu ku bring in watu wenye anataka kucheza na wao, and he's trying something at Arsenal at the moment. So as you said, the only problem and I think the only challenge they have is whether they have quality depth. And sometimes if a team want to compete for the title or for big titles or for big trophies, it needs to have a good depth, a quality depth. Like now, for example, right now, Chelsea is facing an injury problem. N'Golo Kante is injured. James is injured. Again,
James is gone, yeah.
Yes. So if you don't have a good replacement and your team was chasing for the title, you don't have someone to match that position, it becomes difficult. sometimes you realize when Liverpool faced some challenges in their team, wakati Van Dijk aliumia, Joe Gomez akaumia, Trent akapata injury at some point, midfield wote walikuwa wameumia. It was a bit difficult because the depth yenye walikuwa nayo haikuwa na quality as probably mtu kama City alikuwa na quality. City most of the time, even though that used to affect them before, that season when hawakuchukua kikombe, remember when Liverpool won, they had injuries, especially at their defense. And their striker, they over-relied so much on Aguero. Na Aguero hiyo season pia alikuwa amepata injuries. So sometimes injuries do affect a team that goes for the title. So I think the only challenge that I see at Arsenal is whether they have a good or a quality depth yenye itawasaidia wao kuweza ku cross over the line. And the other thing is the mentality. I just want to question the mentality because from last season, at some point, wali progress vizuri sana, but when they were needed to get the 3 points or even to get a point so that they can qualify for a big stage, it was a bit difficult for them. So I think if they've grown from what they had last season or from what they faced last season, capitulation at some point, I think what a push to a point yenye wanaweza compete ama waingie kwa that category ya big teams. So the progress, we just need to wait. I think we have to wait a little bit to tuone vile Arsenal are going to perform. Of course, quality yao ilikuwa rubber stamped recently when they played against Liverpool. And some point you see, when you see a team in a draw at some minutes 60 plus with a team like Liverpool, 2-2, and then at some point, they are pushing and they get a winning goal. It tells you about their mentality. And I think that is growing. So Arsenal, I think we have to see what will happen. And sometimes unapata zile teams ambazo zinakudeny points, teams zenye you don't expect them to deny you points. So they don't need to have that complacency. They are supposed to work hard. Each and every game, they take it as a final. And that also depends on the kind of players that they have. So the experience, the mentality, and the quality of the backup players that they have, that should really, that is a factor. Actually, those are the factors that will help them succeed when they want to get to big stages. So I think that is that for Arsenal. And for me, I think with Leeds, it's going to be an easy game for them if they continue with the same form that they've had against Liverpool. Going to be an easy game for them because Leeds wanna open up sana, and tunajua of course Arsenal wako na good players who are creative, the likes of Saka. They are wako very fast. Mtu kama Odegaard anaweza pick a pass. Mtu kama Gabriel Jesus is good at dribbling. I don't know whether he's injured because sikumuona jana.
No, he's fit. He's fit.
Or he was rested.
Game jana alikuwa rest jana. Out of caution pia.
Yeah. So I think for Arsenal, it's going to be a good ride tomorrow. I think on Sunday, it's going to be a good ride for them. They are going to get a result if they continue the same spirit that they have. So I think for them, it's going to be an easy ride. I think I predict 3-1 in favor of Arsenal. So tell us what you think about Arsenal Leeds, Ben.
Okay, Sam, thank you. Before I delve onto that game between Arsenal and Leeds, kuna issue moja I want to talk about it. Among the factors we mentioned about a game, about a team, kuna kitu we mentioned inaitwa mentality. Mentality. Okay, when Leicester won the league way back in 2016,
exactly.
No one has ever talked about this mentality. You know, once you instill mentality into your players, unapata like the other day, Gabriel Jesus alikuwa anasema we are focusing on a game, one game, a game at a game after another, because we can't talk of the whole bulk of the fixtures of the Premier League, but una focus na game after game. Okay, which kind of mentality are you bringing to every match of the game? You win, you win that game. You are composed to win that game. So if you can't prepare your players mentally on how to approach that game, trust me, hata kama game rahisi aje, hata kama ni an easy walk in the park, they can't win that game. So mentality is very key thing. To approach your game, how to approach that game. Kwa composure, like ukiangalia game yetu na Liverpool, the last 15 minutes. Unlike previously whereby walikuwa na dominate possession. Hadi hiyo penalty ikatokea, we were pressing. Walikuwa na press your game, na press your game kabisa. You see, that's the mentality. Yani unajua no matter what. It's not the size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the fight. Ile unaweka into that game. You see, until you push until to the end. You understand mentality tunaongelea about the players. Yes.
Just a minute before you continue, I think what some meant by that is last season.
Yes.
During a crucial time that you guys were almost qualifying for Champions League.
Yes.
Will crumble.
We did that.
So kama hiyo pressure ya kuqualify Champions League iliwafanya mkatense mka crumble, sasa mko top of the league na kuangalia fixtures zenu na za City, nyinyi mko na better fixtures kwenda mbele. More winnable games, right? So mnaweza fungua gap, yeah?
Yes.
So itafika time after World Cup, hiyo ndio time unajonga sasa hapa league imekuwa serious. Juu Europa League mtakuwa mmeenda round of 16, FA ndio inaanza, Carabao Cup ndio inaendelea na Premier League.
Contention. Condensed fixtures.
So hizo fixtures zitakuwa condensed.
Yes.
Hapo sasa ndio team kama Man City inashinda game 20 back to back. So swali ni like to understand nyinyi ndio mko na I think the youngest squad in the world ama in England.
Okay, an average of 23 now.
Yeah. Can they handle that pressure until the last minute? So that's what I think some meant with the mentality.
Exactly.
Okay, that's the reason I was trying to explain, because mentality is not measured. Mentality is incorporated in talent. You see, mentality ni ile, okay, is someone inaitwa the intelligence, how you approach the game. Ukiangalia so far, ukiangalia mentality za nikiaza breakdown mentality za players wa Arsenal sahi, I'll put Gabriel Jesus as first. Kwa hiyo mentality approach ya approach game, because unaangalia hata they wanajaribu ku call the defense, the opponent defense inajaribu yani akona hiyo mentality ya kuwin. You see, a fumble na game. Gabriel Mangales, our defender, can be the last. If you can allow me say that. You see, ni ule mse unasema, ni ule mse, yani ni kaule fan na watch game akiangalia walls. Yani hiyo penalty aziangalia penalty ikipigwa. You see, hauna ile emotional intelligence ya watch something happen. You see, but Jesus can see the game through mpaka 90 plus. You akona ile mentality ya winning mentality. We can do it. You see, you can do it. You see. So I was saying mentality is more measured on a personal level. On a personal level. Utapata player na fumble the entire game. Haonekani. Unaona? Like say for example, Kenan, mtu kama Fabio Vieira, hawezi kuchezea game ya kuwin. Do you know that? Hawezi kuchezea game ya kuwin. Unless sasa kama uko na ile solid deep uko na ile double pivot, watu wanachezea hiyo sasa ni umecheza 4-2-3-1.
Umeka double pivot ya Jack na
pivot. Ndio ipe mse na hakuna freedom. Yani ndio upe mse Fabio sasa acheze okay, asikwe pin. Asikwe pin. But game ngumu haiwezi cheza ligi. That's the mentality now. Unaona? That's the mentality. And some pia unaweza tactics plus mentality can work. Ndio. Tactics plus mentality can work. Tactics from the coach tactics from the coach, plus mentality of a player. Because, for example, a recent example is of that of Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu was pinned there mainly kuweka hostage nani? Salah. He delivered. Tactics from the coach, a mentality that I can handle this person. So see, mentality is more so of a player. Is a psychological trait. You see that you don't fumble. Manchester walitupiga tukiwa na the best squad. Your time Sanchez alikuwa prime. Rashford tu alikuwa introduced to a game. I think ilikuwa game yake ya kwanza ama
kwanza.
Walitupiga bana. Walitupiga. Because mentality was high. Jua hii game tunaweza shinda. So nilikuwa nataka niguze tu about mentality out of project game. So venye Kenan amesema that's two last season. It happened again na Unai Emery. Amekuwa in dilemma na fixtures. Ako torn between kuingia champe na top 4 na kuna final na Chelsea. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember very well.
Yeah. You remember that, Akalose game zake gani? The Premier League na akashindwa. Fuck them. You see?
Yeah, exactly.
Una mentality yako. Okay, game yake ya kwanza for the last four fixtures of the Premier League, alishinda ya mwisho anyway. But hizo tatu wali lose. Crystal Palace being one of them. Na ndio ilikuwa Palace ilikuwa game yake ya kwanza ya rundown to the tail of Premier League. Palace. Game yake ya Palace aliweka average players. Mmoja ni Ellen alikuwa midfield. Alikuwa midfield game yake ya Palace. Na alishindwa game. Juu ameka average team in the name of saving the squad in the final at Chelsea. And they end up losing 4-1. You see? So that's the mentality. Pia you're not goal oriented, Uambi players, this is a game that this game ya Palace what I need, be honest. And place there, make sure the least you can bring the draw. No. But unaweka play game mbili za mwisho tatu za mwisho unaweka average players. Game yako ya mwisho unaweka full squad. Alafu pia una approach game ya mwisho which is Europa League na full squad, you end up losing. So the mentality again. Tactics can mentality fail. Good. So okay, about our game yetu ya Leeds. I think for now the spirit of winning in our grounds is very high. Your game, I don't want us to consider another goal, because conceding means you can. Okay, kuna zile game unaweza consider maybe kuna mistakes will happen on a personal level, but your game I don't expect us we concede. We're going for a win, for a clean sheet. I can't predict the goals, but I know we're going for a clean sheet.
For a clean sheet.
Clean sheet.
Okay, thank you so much. Reg, are you there? Reg, ama ulipotea? Reg. So now we can talk about the next match, Manchester United versus Newcastle United. There.
Wait. I was somewhere. I'm back.
Okay.
Okay.
You've heard what we've said about the mentality. Of course, we talked about that. You don't have to repeat about that. We've talked about the situation at Arsenal at the moment, whether they're improving or they are regressing, but we got your sentiments. Tell us about Leeds. And you can also comment on what the guys have said.
Actually, as BK has said, he has said that he expects us to get a clean sheet. As for me, I'd say that as Paul Mason said today, if we don't win like 3-0, I'd be very surprised. I'd be very surprised because actually, whenever Arsenal is a team that knows they are on top of the league and they know what it takes to be there. So these players know that they have to fight. They have to give their best in order to continue being at the top of the table. So actually, we have to win. And we should learn from these Man City and Liverpool teams. Goal difference, something to do with goal difference. We have to score a lot of goals. If we get the chances, we have to take our chances very well. So I expect us to go to Leeds and win that game massively. I really expect us to get goals. I need us to win each and everything, from the possession until the final results. I expect us to win each and every bit of everything in that match.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Kenan.
Yeah.
Introduce us to Newcastle versus Manchester United.
Actually, Newcastle are missing Isak, who I thought will have caused us a lot of trouble. That's a positive for us. But regardless, Newcastle are a good side.
Exactly.
They press so high.
Yeah.
They play like unit. They have that team cohesion. They are aggressive. Now, lately they've been getting results. Yeah, they have been beating teams 5-4.
Kenan.
Yeah.
Buddy, I'm sorry, but just a few seconds. I want to ask you a question. Okay, between Isaac and the Alan Saint Maximin, whom do you want to face? Because they are both missing that match anyway. Who prefer to be in that match?
Maximin is back.
He's back.
Yeah, he's back. And I was getting to him.
On a caution list or?
He's back. He played the last game some minutes. He played.
Okay. Yeah. Go on, bro.
Yeah, so Isaac will have been a trouble for Martinez because of the height, which I still think Wilson is going to cause some trouble. Even Chris Wood. But my real big problem is how we will approach that game. I really don't want us not to take chances like we saw yesterday versus Ammonia Nicosia, where we were sloppy. Then we had 40 shots. We scored in the last minute. I really don't want that. I want us to move up. You see the way Wenger said, possession without progression is nothing. So if we want to possess, we must progress. And if we must progress, we do it quickly. So that you can stand a chance to create something with the ball. So I'm expecting a really tough game. But chenye nanipea hope ni we are at home. So and that's going back to history. United and Newcastle has always been a big game. Juu kuna some rivalry hapo in the 90s when Newcastle had Shearer. Yeah. So
Alan Shearer.
Yeah, it's a good game for the fans. Now I think we will win narrowly because Newcastle is a good real side. Now they'll cause some trouble. Kwanza St. Maximin, that guy is unstoppable. And kama this time atamka akiwa clinical kwa final third, because I think hiyo ndio pekee like ananga final product. Hiyo pekee ndio inamfanya abaki Newcastle. Angekuwa na final product kwa final third, sasa angekuwa timu kubwa, either Arsenal, Chelsea, hizo top 6 zingekuwa zinamfuata juu he has the ability to run the game on his own, just like a bit like Hazard. So I think he'll cause us trouble. Then Bruno Guimaraes will cause us also trouble. Is a good midfielder. Alafu Trippier, he has that long range pass. Now I think they will target Martinez. Wilson has the speed to run in behind the defense. Alafu Martinez is short. Now Wilson can bully him. So it will be a nice watch. But I'm rooting for a United win simply because we are at home and we slightly have a quality squad compared to Newcastle.
So earlier today we had a discussion in our group chat about Bruno Fernandes, but I think that is going to be a very big discussion here, and already we have consumed 1 hour. I just want to get a comment from, apart from you, Kenan, because I already know what you want to tell me. I just want to get the comments from Ben first. As you talk about United versus Newcastle, what do you think about Bruno Fernandes? Is he a good creative midfielder? Is he a good playmaker?
Sawa, me already.
You.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm talking to you, Ben.
Okay, I think kuna factor moja killing Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah.
For me, he's so inconsistent. Hii game leo utamwona hii game leo ako complete, ako all round, ako 360. Another play role kambili, playmaking, central marking, bali game nyingine wezi muona. So on an honest ground, I still believe Bruno ako something stored in him, but the only thing killing him is inconsistencies. Okay, game physical sana, game physical. Kwanza apata game central midfield. Seme hiyo game sasa mcheza Fred McTominay wakicheza double pivot na game so physique, uwezi muona kwa hiyo mechi, kwa hiyo mechi. But I've seen kuna mechi amecheza, utaona ana push at least deeper, collecting the ball, distributing, ayeke wide players, at least kuna game anacheza more direct juu. Ukiona mostly kuna game ulikuwa unapata mostly free kicks around the either zones, the wings, unaona yani that aspect of playing, you collect the ball from the midfield, unaona, and you play at least more direct kiasi. You don't drift, sideways passing. But kuna game hawezi muona completely. So briefly I'll say Bruno aga something in so vision ako fiti, passing skills ako fiti, but being inconsistent, it was killing the man.
Good. I would want to comment about something you said. Inconsistency for Bruno. The other thing, I don't dispute that Bruno has the vision. He has the passes. Yes. But my only problem now, Bruno, is how he makes the passes. Like yesterday, niliona mara mbili, and that is what made me feel like Bruno, there's something that he does. Kuna pass alikuwa apatie, sijui ni Malaysia, alikuwa ana run somewhere, and then he made a pass. Hata unashangaa, what was he trying to do? Sometimes you feel like anatesa players. There is another one he made to Ronaldo. Actually, Ronaldo, he made a pass. Ronaldo akashindwa, yani it was unashindwa, was it meant for Ronaldo? And ukiangalia, yes, it was Ronaldo, but the way he made the pass, you feel like it wasn't meant for him because there was no other player on that side. It was only Ronaldo. But the way he made the pass, I feel that he's a bit careless sometimes. And I feel that sometimes akiwa kwa game, ana turn off. Anaweza cheza 20 minutes vizuri, then in the next 15 minutes ama 30 minutes, unaona kama ame switch off kabisa. And what he tries to do, you see, there's a difference between him and KDB. As of course, venye tulisema kwa group chat, KDB anapoteza ball mob sana. But you try what he's trying to do. When you look at Bruno, yes, anajaribu make that a risk ya kupiga pass. But you feel sometimes he doesn't want to kutulia na ball kwanza, angalia what he's trying to do. Because sometimes you look at KDB, akishika ball, most of the time anajaribu kudribble, and then you look at the players, wanajaribu kudribble, so they do what? They backtrack, ama they backpedal. But with Bruno, akishika ball hata kama ako deep, he doesn't take that time. Even players don't hawezi backpedal. They know that he's going to make so he's a bit predictable. And sometimes as a midfielder, the first thing you should do, you're supposed to be mean with the ball. You don't need to release the ball. Ufai kutupa ball every time because you're causing trouble to your team. And that is the problem. The other thing I naweza like Bruno mentality yake ama the way he plays the game ni player kama Ziyech. Ziyech is a luxury player. In fact, Ziyech ni msee mwingine ako luxury sana because Ziyech is someone mwenye anaweza chukua ball, he collects the ball and he just make a pass. Sometimes he doesn't look, angali mahali penye anaweka ball, and that causes trouble into a team. So I think that is the problem. Bruno is a great player, but the problem is how he makes the pass. That is the only problem, I think. He doesn't keep it simple. Of course, sometimes he tries things when I feel, hey, these things are fantastic. But the way he makes the pass, that is the only problem I have with him. He has the vision. I don't dispute that. There's something that he tries to do. The way you said, he collects the ball from the midfield and make long passes. Something that now Ericsson anafanya. Ericsson does that. He does the same thing. But Ericsson, he does it with a lot of precision. Most of the time, Ericsson apotezi ball. You can see the difference now. But when it comes to Bruno, he collects the ball. He makes a lot. Every time he tries to do that. Hataki kutulia na ball. And that is a bit boring. You see, it's a bit boring. So for me, I think that is the problem with Bruno. So what do you have to say about them playing Newcastle? Ben, as we finish. From United.
Okay. For Newcastle and Manchester, I'll go for a draw. Okay. For the approach from Newcastle, remember Scholes. Scholes ameita of late amebanta umse mbaya Anto. Amamuita one trick man. Kenan.
One trick pony.
One trick player, man. One trick player. A player who just cuts in, either makes a pass or scores. So anasema, okay, such a player needs to mark, which is very true. Which is very true. So it depends on how Newcastle gonna approach that game. But for now, Newcastle at least they're above the kind of team they were last season. So for me, considering that yesterday Manchester United scooped a late winner, I'll settle for a draw. That draw is for advantage because Kenan amedai wako mtaani. So kama uko home, at least kuna ile spirit na ile fan base, you see. So I'll just go for a draw tomorrow.
I think before Reg makes his remarks, sometimes these pundits are like emotional. Niseme emotional. Ni venye sahi venye Chelsea keza chapwa, kuna venye Sam achasahau player mwenye anacheza fit, like player mwenye amekuwa akicheza fit lakini hiyo game amekuwa chini, amtusi, unaona? Juu ni fan ameumia, unaona? So I guess Scholes pia deep down he knows that a left-footed player who plays on the right
atakatin
definitely. Name them akina Robert, Saka, like name them. Hiyo lazima watafanya hivyo. Alafu Scholes pia needs to understand that kitambo kulikuwa na wide midfielders wenye ni right-sided midfielder na left-sided midfielder. Siku hizi kuna wingers wenye wako more to the final third than the midfielders were. Unaona? Like Scholes, I understand that kuna aspect ya modern football, kuna vitu zimechange kiasi. Sasa hatutumii zile formation za kitambo zenye you expect fullback asipite half line, ama akipita winger anasimama fullback aende, like winger asisonge mbele ya fullback, unaona? So Scholes, in as much as he makes right calls, I think it sometimes anakuwa too harsh because first these United ex-players wanted Pochettino. Hawako wanataka Ten Hag.
Yeah.
Alafu they were mad that their mate Ole was sacked. You never heard them criticize Ole. Teme Ole kusikia wakiongelea timu mbaya. Alafu Anthony is not English.
Yeah.
Huwezi sikia criticize Maguire ama Luke Shaw ama Rashford ama Sancho. Yeah, so those guys have some agendas zenye si fresh kwa club. Like for sijasikia John Terry akienda BT Sport ama whatever ama channel yote anze kuingilia player wa Chelsea. Same case to Arsenal legends. It's always the United ones wenye wanaanza kutusi ma players alafu inawa demoralize. So me I don't like that about our ex players. Kwanza Scholes, I don't like him. Alinifinya kabisa.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Reg. I don't want your comment about Bruno. This one is going to be long because you guys, niliona comment then. We'll have that conversation. In fact, we'll have that conversation and talk about him later. In maybe next week, we talk about Bruno in length. So tell me what you think about United against Newcastle.
I expect it to be a very tough match because actually Newcastle is a very tough team.
Yeah.
When you look at their style of play, see it in this season wako moto. Since last season, by the way, even when we watched their game against Man United, I think in the first leg, Maximin scored. Yes, he scored, and he missed a lot of chances. So we can say that even Bruno, they bought Bruno in January, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
So right now they have Bruno, and even last season we lost against Newcastle. I personally, we lost against Newcastle, and we watched. If you watch their style of play, the way those people play, actually they play to win games. They don't just play; they play to win games. So actually, I expect it to be a very tough match. And I'd predict that Man United will win, but actually they will struggle for the win. It will be a very narrow one because also Man United are also back. We cannot say that Man United are the Man United we used to know, because I mentioned this player Anthony. You see, a player like Anthony. Anthony plays, he fights to win games. They have other good players like Eriksen. They have a good squad right now. They have Martinez, of which I know he might get a lot of trouble tomorrow, but actually Man United are also trying to come back because their style of play is very different. It's quite different. Actually, even when Man United concede a goal, we can see whatever they are trying to do. We can see their style of play. It's very different from the previous seasons. Actually, Ten Hag is here to change this Man United team. You can see a lot of change in this Man United team. So actually, I expect Man United to win, but actually they will struggle for the win.
Okay, thank you so much. Then I have another question that I just want comments from you. Very short comments, very short comments. We've seen that Ten Hag mara nyingi ni kama he doesn't like rotating his players, especially the players that are performing well. And I think he's a bit fair. He gives a chance to players. If you perform well, he gives you a chance. You've seen Luke Shaw get a chance. Alipo-perform vizuri, amepata chance. Then the other thing, do you think that Rashford has improved under Erik ten Hag? Do you think he's the most improved player under Erik ten Hag? Yesterday, we saw him try a couple of things. It was a bit unfortunate that he didn't score. He won a lot of chances, but he created some chances for himself, trying to score, trying to shoot. He's a bit confident now. What do you think about that? Just comment kidogo as we proceed to Chelsea versus Aston Villa.
Start with Kenneth. He has that problem even from Ajax.
Yeah.
He believes in don't change a winning team.
Yeah.
So in as much as that works, I think players also need rest. You need also to try some different players ndio wakeep kwa hiyo momentum pia. Player akikaa kwa bench sana hata psyche ya kucheza inaisha. Alafu pia ku risk injury. players pate injury mtake off kwa game kama za jana alikuwa anafaa kuweka a different squad. But I think right now he's trying to get his first 11, so ndo maana anakuwa over consistent na a certain squad kuona kama wanaweza, alafu ndio apange first 11 yake.
What do you think about Rashford? Just one word.
Rashford is good from the wing, just like Mourinho said back in 2017. Rashford can never be the main man because Rashford ana flourish kwa spaces. Rashford team ikipack hizo haizi find those pocket of spaces in like kwa hizo 10 spaces haizi find team wakipack. But ukimweka kwa wing, kuna time football in like ball zina shift, unapata watu wana defend the other side, so ball inapigwa diagonal, unapata left back ama right back alikuwa ameacha space, so hapo ndio Rashford anaji express fit, so he's good from the wing, not as the target man.
Thank you, Ben. What do you think about Rashford and United? Erik ten Hag not changing his squad most of the time.
Okay, before that, contrary to Kenan, bado na believe Rashford ako fiti akiwa center forward and given freedom to switch to the wings, collect the ball. You see, okay. In the nutshell, Ten Hag bado ako lab and experiment, and out of the experiment, Rashford ame blossom. That's all I can say.
Good, Reg, and you will start talking about Chelsea versus Aston Villa. Give me your comment about Rashford and Ten Hag's way of managing the team. He doesn't seem to rotate the players.
Actually, I'd not. I won't talk much because I'd just say that Rashford has really improved under Ten Hag. Because actually, before Ten Hag came, we could see that Rashford was really struggling. Even like the spirit, he was very down. He never had the spirit or anything. But nowadays, you can see him on the score sheet. Against Arsenal, he got a brace. And actually, this guy is scoring nowadays. And that is what that matters from someone who plays up front. Yeah. So Rashford has really improved under Ten Hag. And about Ten Hag not rotating the squad, I'd say that it's all about winning. It's all about winning. Actually, the guy is still trying to see which kind of players he'd stick to when it comes to his starting 11. Even like Mikel Arteta is not changing his squad. Even back then, we could see that Man City and Liverpool, the time they were dominating, we could predict which players are going to start for City, which players are going to start for Liverpool. So I'd say that it's all about winning games. Actually, it's all about winning games. Whenever he knows each and every player, like this kind of player is good and this kind of player is not good enough, actually, that's the time when he will know this kind of player is a very good backup for this kind of player. So actually, let's try give him some time and he will know the whole squad.
Okay, thank you so much. You see, tomorrow on Sunday we'll have Chelsea versus Aston Villa. One thing you should know is that Steven Gerrard has not been performing well at Aston Villa, but I think he's been given that chance to perform against Chelsea. Apparently, owners wa Aston Villa watakuwa na watch hiyo game, and then it's coinciding with Chelsea not having the important players. Mtu kama Reece James is not going to be available. Fofana, of course, is injured. N'Golo Kante, of course, he's not been involved in the Premier League this season apart from Tottenham game, which he got injured again. So, I mean, Chelsea have their side of problems. Also, Aston Villa have their share of problems. But with Chelsea, of course, the confidence is there. They've been winning games. They've been getting clean sheets. So I don't know what you expect from Aston Villa versus Chelsea. That's not going to be an easy game. Bearing in mind that Aston Villa, they're likely to sack their coach after that match. If really they're going to lose that match, what do you expect from Chelsea against Aston Villa?
Actually, I'd say that that one is going to be a very tough match.
Yeah.
And I expect the guy who extended his contract today, Douglas Luiz, he will really shine on that match. Mm-hmm. I'd say that I expect Chelsea to either draw or lose, to be honest. That's my prediction. I expect Chelsea. Yes, I expect Chelsea to draw or lose. So it's going to be a
Okay, thank you so much. So you predicting that Graham Potter is going to face his first defeat in English Premier League?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a draw.
Yeah. Okay, so then let's get your sentiment, Kenan.
If Gerrard will be sacked,
yeah,
that will be his last game because Chelsea are going to annihilate Aston Villa. It will be a goal fest. Yeah, Chelsea are winning. That's the easiest game they'll ever play.
But Villa Park has been so unkind to us.
Nothing. I watched them play versus Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, on Monday.
They're really bad. They can't even create a chance. They're really bad. I'm expecting you guys to win by even a margin of 4 goals.
Okay. Ben, what is your expectation from Chelsea?
Yeah, I'll go with Kenan. This is the easiest match for Chelsea now. Game naenda kushuka bao mingi. Now Aston Villa they can't pull something meaningful. Uliona game yao na Leeds. Leeds bado walikuwa na red card, they struggle to get a chance to finish that chance, they can't. So you game hata siwezi ongelea sana because I know Graham Potter is a tactician. The game they're gonna win. Mna win with a very 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 big margin. Haiwezi kuwa the fiercest match at all. Saizi Aston Villa wana struggle, hata wako out of shape. So I believe Chelsea gonna win this. Is a banana to peel for them.
Sometimes you see Chelsea have been described as a charity club. Remember last season ilikuwa game ya mwisho yenye Lampard alikuwa amepatiwa. I think we gave Lampard a lifeline. We also gave, at some point we played against of course Lampard. Kuna time fulani tulicheza na Watford, walikuwa nao pia hawajashinda game for a very long time.
Arsenal again sometime back 2020 I think.
Yeah. We are bound to be, most of the time tunakuwa charity club. So I don't know what will happen tomorrow. I'm also fearing that hiyo pia inaweza kuwa banana skip. So sijui mazee kutaendaje because sometimes unaona a very easy fixture on paper but ikienda kwa ground, especially when it comes to Chelsea, inakuwa shida. Lately tumekuwa tukiswitch off in such games. So I'm not sure about that. As you said, if we wake up well, I think we are going to get so many goals. But tukienda na the mentality that we've gone to such games, unaona kama Everton last season, they were supposed to win a match against Chelsea. Na walikuwa hajashinda game nyingi before. They won a match against Chelsea, which helped them to remain in the league. So tunakuwa so charitable, mazee, tunapatia watu points. So I think we should go with the mentality of winning, and if you go with the mentality of winning, we are going to get the 3 points. Save the last for the best. I think now it's time to talk about Manchester City versus Liverpool. Manchester City versus Liverpool, big match for the weekend, Super Sunday. Hapa Kenya itafanyika 6:30. 6:30 p.m. 6:30 p.m. Trent is injured, so I don't know this time tutakuwa na link wapi because Gomez is there. What do you expect from Liverpool? I mean, because right now they won against Rangers 7-1. Is it 7-2 or 7-1? Salah scored a hat-trick. Firmino was cooking. Nunes scored. Then you look at them up front, they were cooking, I mean, against Rangers. So what do you expect from them, Kenan? Against Manchester City?
I think it will be an easy game for City.
Yeah.
Yeah. City are arguably the best team in the world.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah, even though Arsenal are challenging them for that. But I don't think if Liverpool have the firepower to challenge, like I want a confidence in the Premier League. Alafu wako na pressure juu if they lose that game
Yeah.
They'll be 17 points behind Arsenal.
Yeah.
So on paper, title challenge already shaisha. Wow.
Done, yeah.
Yeah, so they have more to lose than to gain. That game, going to that game on Sunday. Alafu City have Haaland, who can't be stopped. So like venye nilisikia Carrigal anasema when Henry used to play, like
Yeah.
Henry alikuwa na nini na hii, unaona venye Haaland sai kila defender anamfikiria.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was Henry alikuwa hivyo. So Haaland pia sai kila defender anamfikiria. So I know Liverpool are planning a way of stopping Haaland, not to
Stop
score.
Haaland, yeah. Yeah.
But that way, they'll create a space for other guys like Foden, Bernardo Silva to chip in with goals. Alafu you know what KDB is capable of. Alafu this game is si ati ni game ya a lesser team versus a bigger team. Big teams with quality players na itakuwa end to end, both attacking football. But I'm seeing City winning because Liverpool are out of shape, out of depth. Klopp seventh season in CAS. Alafu tactically ako inflexible. Amejaribu kuchange system, but it's like it's not working. I guess Arsenal gave us a slight show of what to expect because Arsenal ndio wanacheza ka City. Yeah, so I'm expecting City to win.
Expecting City to win. Then, Ben, what do you expect from us? What do you expect from not Arsenal, from Manchester City now?
In the weekend, I support club mbili, Arsenal na Liverpool, but it came on a wrong time. It came on a wrong time.
Yeah.
In the game, I expect Guardiola mali the first half. And I give him the first half. And the first half. They see an easy walk in the park because ukiangalia Liverpool saizi considering the injuries, you see, and I still feel so bad mbona waliuza Sadio Mane. Sadio Mane angekuwa hiyo game, you could have voted otherwise. Could have voted for a draw or scores from both sides, but game Liverpool wanaenda struggle sana na game Guardiola anaenda. You remember for the past seasons Livando wamekuwa wakipea Man City pressure sana.
Exactly.
Game was it a fake up ama ilikuwa kali Carabao?
Yeah, waliwatoa kwa Carabao.
So hiyo ndio game iliyowapea Liverpool wakipea Man City pressure, but hii game in race kwa Guardiola bana. Ila silver plate imepekwa meza udish tu. Game rahisi. Game rahisi. You don't have to talk about if you look at De Bruyne, they are key player now because for their game to progress on the midfield, KDB saino na anacheza na Foden can score too. Bado kuna Mahrez, they can use hata Gundogan anacheza bado midfield washinde hiyo game. He can say low. So the 7 attackers now. Apart from Rodri, Mseo sit back. So I'll go for Man City. A very 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 big margin. Washinde game ya Liverpool. Imagine Liverpool wanaweza toka bila bao game. They can. Wanaweza toka bila bao hiyo game.
Wow. Very bold prediction. Guys, thank you so much. I can see you guys watching. Please, if you're here for the first time and you've not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing so that each and every time we are here talking about football, you will be the first one to know. And also, we are here talking about Manchester City versus Liverpool on Sunday. Tell us the prediction that you have against Liverpool versus Manchester City. Tell us what you expect from Haaland. Tell us what you expect from Nunes Darwin, Roberto Firmino. Tell us what you expect from that match. Give us a prediction. Tell us the players that you think are going to score, players that you think are going to flop. And also you can tell us some of the games that you will be looking forward to, especially Manchester United versus Newcastle, going to be a very big match. Chelsea versus Aston Villa, another cracking match. Arsenal versus Leeds, It's also another mouth-watering match. So guys, please, we consider your comments. We read them here and see what you have to say about those matches. Reg, what do you expect from Liverpool? I know you're supporting Liverpool this weekend. You want them to win against Man City so that you can maintain your position. Apo Ju.
Actually, if there's something I'm avoiding is extra pressure. I don't want extra pressure. I don't. There's no way I'm going to support a team that's going to lose. You see, because that's an easy match for City, because I expect Haaland to score a brace, and this is the match that is going to expose Darwin Núñez. They better play Firmino. They better play Firmino up front. But if it is Darwin Núñez, this is the match that is going to expose him, because I don't think if he will score. Honestly, he won't score. So this is going to be a very easy match for City. I expect Haaland to score a brace or to get a goal. I expect Foden or Gundogan or De Bruyne to score as well. So Liverpool are not going to win this match. It's a very easy one.
It's a very easy match.
Very easy one.
Okay, let me give you my comment about that match. Are you finished?
Yes.
Are you finished talking about that match? For me, I think I have a different opinion. I think Liverpool are going to show up in this match. You know, this is not going to be an ordinary match. Sometimes, I'll tell you about our season 2014-2015, when we had Mourinho. Your season, is it 2015? No, 2015-2016. We had a disastrous season. Your time, we had good players, quality players, but for some reason, we were not performing well. But we met Arsenal. We met Arsenal and we beat Arsenal. And everyone performed very well. Sometimes big matches call for big characters. And that's where you will see the likes of Salah. Because remember last season, Salah scored very good goals against, was it a goal? Yeah, I think it was a goal against City. Then I think Mane scored. This is where you will see big characters coming in. So you cannot wish Liverpool away, because such kind of matches, they are used to such kind of matches. And when you see them playing against Manchester City, it's a different ball game. I don't think it's the same thing when probably facing Arsenal, because they're used to beating Arsenal. So they thought they are going to beat them anyway. And that turned out to be different. So this time they are prepared. And I think they are so prepared. So expect Alisson to be on top form. Expect Van Dijk to be on top form. Expect Salah to be on top form. And of course, as you said, it's going to be an end-to-end match. So I think we are going to be treated to a very good match to watch this weekend. And it's going to be tight. For me, I think it's going to be an all-draw. 2-all draw, I think. 2-all draw. Probably Liverpool will edge it. Maybe a 3-2. Or, yeah, exactly. The difference is going to be only one goal. So I don't think Liverpool are going to lose that much. And it's going to be a revelation. It's going to be a rejuvenation.
Having in mind that Liverpool are missing their arguably best player this season, Luis Diaz, who's injured for 8 weeks. They are missing their creative link.
Yeah.
Trent. Then they are missing Van Dijk's partner, Matip. And then they are facing a side that is on form.
Yeah.
Anyway, miracles do happen.
But still aside that,
you can't write off a team before 90 minutes. But I don't think Liverpool can. Maybe let's wait and see.
We'll see. We'll be back here on Sunday talking about that match. For me, I think it's not going to be an easy. Sorry?
That's the beauty of football.
Exactly. I think it's not going to be an easy match for Manchester City, because these two teams have treated us with a high standard of football. So they know each other. Wanajua mahali pa kupress, wanajua mahali pa kukazia. So I don't think it's going to. I don't think itakuwa an easy match for Manchester City. They even know themselves that it's not going to be an easy match. So Klopp akona solutions zao. So I expect a very good match. It's not going to be an easy match. So you see, with this big match, we have to give a combined 11. And I'll start with you, Ben. Combined 11, Liverpool versus Manchester City. In goal, who do you have?
I'll go for Alisson in goal.
Yeah.
Then I'll go for Trent Ayuko, so I'll go for Cancelo. Then I'll go for a mixture of Van Dijk and Ruben Dias.
Yeah.
Ruben Dias.
Even though Ruben Dias this season. Yes, continue.
Yes, Ruben Dias and then Van Dijk.
Yeah.
Robertson missing. Okay, on the midfield I'll go for on a formation of 4-3-3. I'll take Rodri. I'll take Rodri. I'll take Bernardo Silva, the playmaker now.
Yeah.
Then I'll go for KDB.
Yeah.
I'll go for Salah.
Yeah.
I'll go for Alan. Then I'll go with Foden. The final guy. I'll go with Foden. Yeah. Yes.
So much. Reg.
Yes.
Tell me your combined 11.
Actually, I'd go for Alisson. The right back, I'll give it to Cancelo. And the centre backs, I'll go for Van Dijk, and I'll give it to Ruben Dias. And the left back, I'll go for Robertson. And when it comes to the midfield, I'll give it to Rodri. De Bruyne. Yes.
Robertson is injured.
Then I'll give it to let me see. Okay, I'll give it to let's say I'll give it to this guy called the Greek guy Tsimikas. I'll give it to him.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll give it to him. Then when it comes to the midfield, I'll give it to all Man City players. I'll give it to Rodri, I'll give it to De Bruyne, and I'll give it to Bernardo Silva. And when it comes up front, I'll give it to Mohamed Salah on the right wing. The center forward, I'll give it to Erling Haaland. And the left wing, I'll give it to Foden himself.
Okay, thank you so much. Kenan, what do you think about that?
No changes.
No changes at all?
Zimekuwa same kama?
Yes.
Ni hivyo. Hakuna change hapo.
Okay, let's have 5 minutes talk about Mbape. Mbape leaving PSG. What do you think about him? Where do you think he's going to be his next destination? Apparently, he wants to leave PSG come the end of this year, January.
I think we have to blame PSG.
Yeah.
Because Mbappe is 23.
Yeah.
Mbappe is not Messi or Cristiano. Now, it doesn't mean that there will be no other player who will be like Mbappe or even better. So where the hell will our team give a 23-year-old a lucrative deal of 230 million to sign a contract of 3 years, then give him all he wants and even make him greater than the coach and make him the football director?
That was insane.
Hata wewe ukiambiwa uko na chance ya kuselect squad. Sorry. What can you do?
Sorry.
So I guess PSG gave Mbappe way too many powers. Now he's only doing what was given. You was told you have the power to have a say on who we sign.
Yeah.
You have the power to have a say on who the coach plays. You have a power to say on who the coach sells. So he's simply saying, I don't want to play with Messi and Neymar because they are not my friends. They are not passing me. Neymar wants to take penalties. But then on a professional side, that's not how professionals behave. Mbappe is just he's being too egocentric. And I don't think a top club will want a player with such behavior.
Yeah.
Because no player is bigger than the club.
Okay.
Even when Perez was asked, he said he doesn't know who the current Mbappe is. Because this is not the Mbappe that he wanted at Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Mbappe needs to calm down. He needs to understand that he's only a player. Now he won't play for long. Now he won't be at the top for long.
Yeah.
Kutakuwa tu na mtu mwingine mnoma. So anafaa tu kurelax, acheze kusaidia team, aache kiburi most. Alafu watu watamsupport tena.
Wow, thank you so much. So Ben, so yes, what do you think about Mbappe, and where do you see him next? Maybe where do you see him next season?
Okay, from the ground, Mbappe have been so admirable of Real Madrid. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I know. Okay, he runs behind Ronaldo, and I think he just needs to be open and say, "I want Real Madrid." That is all. Okay, Mbappe, on a talent level, is a well-polished player.
Yeah.
He has all the all-round capabilities. In fact, when Thierry Henry was asked about Haaland and Mbappe, he said, "I'll go for Mbappe." You see, but now there are some things that I want Mbappe to work on. He need to do some therapy on some aspects. The way Kenan amesema, ego. Akona kiburi sana. And trust me, once you inject kiburi kwa talent, we're not going anywhere. We are not going anywhere. So inafaa tu tone down, akubali Messi, akubali Neymar. Wako na experience more than him. Sio? Yeye ndio ameanza the other days akiwa Monaco. So akubali tu kama is pushing for transfers. You push in a very gentle way. You don't show that I'm the kind of lion. I mean, okay, he's not the lion anyway, but he's trying to prove that I'm the jack of all trades. I can do this. You see, but trust me, you are not going anywhere with that egocentrism. So I expect Mbappe improve. Akwe humble at least. Kama ni pushing for transfers, push in a gentle way. Si unamka tu asubuhi unasema I want transfers. And the way Kenan amesema walimpe, hiyo ni insanity, compare such powers. That is insane. Hata uwezi cheza game. Again, it affects your mentality.
Exactly.
But on a fair ground, Mbappe akitone down, a leverage, apige therapy some aspect, is a wow player. In fact, leo ukinipea Haaland sahi ati venye Haaland ako prime ana score goals. I'll go for Mbappe.
Go for Mbappe.
I'll go.
Wow. Reg. Mbappe, your boy Mbappe.
Actually, I've never seen someone make a very poor decision like Mbappe, because he had the opportunity to go to a better team. He had the better and best opportunity, actually. Because actually Madrid is a very good team. It's a team that win titles, and he was guaranteed. Actually, Mbappe is a starter. You can't bench a player like Mbappe. You know, the problem is ego. Ego, you know, without ego, without discipline, there's nowhere you are going, especially in sports. Actually, you will never make it. And you know, actually, the team I think that is going to afford Mbappe maybe is Man United. But actually, I wouldn't love to see him at Man United because it's actually it's not because he's actually he's a very good player, he's a top talent, but the type of ego, the lack of discipline, and you know, Ten Hag is a very professional manager. He knows what he wants. There's no point of bringing a player who actually has a lot of ego, you know, because he has issues with a player like Messi, Neymar. As Ben said, these are players who have experience. So you know, I don't expect him to go United with that kind of ego. And another issue is he extended his contract this summer. The problem is, what about his price tag? Because he is under a new contract. That's an issue.
That's an issue, right?
Yes, because he has 3 years. He has 3 years on the contract. Actually, they can tell you that you're selling him for 400 million. What will you do? You see, that's an issue. The price tag is the issue now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, let him see the consequences of his ego, and let him face it now. He will know things are tough. Yes. Because actually you want to leave, but the team won't let you leave because you signed a new contract. Yes. Now let him face it.
Let him face it.
Yes.
Wow. One last topic we have to talk about. Thank you so much for the comments that you've made today about Mbappe and some other games we've talked about today. So one last comment. We've seen injuries in most of the players, star players that we expect to feature in the World Cup, but apparently most of those players will not be there. Apparently we will not have N'Golo Kante in the World Cup, will not have Reece James in the World Cup, will not have Pogba in World Cup. So who else? Who else is missing?
Di Maria, Dybala.
Di Maria, Dybala. Then who else? I think with that, I think
Kyle
what
Walker,
do you?
Kyle Walker.
Kyle Walker also.
Yes, missing. Yes.
So, Mnonaje, what are you reading from that? I mean, are we going to have a very poor World Cup? It's going to be for us. It's going to be a good chance for us to see new talent coming up.
This is the weirdest World Cup that is happening ever since the history of World Cups. World Cup inachezwa mid-season. This is pure corruption because kutakuwa na so many fixtures for the players. Now it will have a massive impact kwa career zao. Maybe mtu anaweza pata injury yenye iponi akui kirika kila time. Alafu what's happening to Qatar? Human rights have been violated. This is all about making money. These guys don't care about players' well-being. Although we as fans enjoy football, but from a human perspective, you can't be playing from tournament to tournament. You need rest so that you can play for a longer time. Ndio maana siku hizi unapata players wakifika 30 washa retire. There's no that longevity that Messi and Ronaldo, akina Zlatan, Thiago Silva has. You are playing for longer times. Alafu World Cup inakuja mid-season. Ita affect local clubs juu club kama Arsenal like so far itaenda World Cup ikiwa number 1. So unaona sasa iko momentum. Then tukirudi league utapata players walitoka World Cup wakiwa wameumia, squad iko disjointed. There were so many rumors happening. Hakuna hiyo momentum. Mmeenda nje tena mnarudi, so kuna hiyo tena ka struggle mfit in, you lose a few games, then zina have impact kwa season yako. So I don't think it was the right timing ya World Cup. It feels even weird. World Cup inafaa kuwa time ya after season imeisha, but I guess ni jia nini weather huko ndio iko cool hiyo time, so ndio maana wakaamua kuweka World Cup iko hivyo, but games zitakuwa zinacheza saa 7. Kwani mtu utakuwa kazi ama ni World Cup una watch 1 PM?
Maybe you have to leave, bana. If you love football, you die with it. So, Ben, what do you have to say about the injuries and the World Cup this time round? Played in the middle of the season.
Okay, I'll pick a word from Kenan. And the most striking word then is weird. The most the weirdest World Cup today on World Cup kama hii. World Cup coupled with injuries. Naona imekuja mid-season. And I think ukiangalia the key thing hapa ni mentality ya players. You see? Tunaenda World Cup. Naona? Umepick momentum. Naona? So unapata imagine sasa like ile game ya Europa. Ile Europe Cup ile Saka alipoteza pena. You see? Inakuja na racist abuse. You see? So unapata mentally player atakuwa down. You see? So these are weirdest World Cup, considering that the pre-matches na post-matches inakuja na mentalities, approaches pia bado ni mentalities, because the likes of kina Trent wana struggle they are struggling to be fit, to be considered waingia squad juu World Cup inakuja after every 4 years. So that means kuingia squad this time round you're going to wait for another 4 years, which you can't predict the next 4 years utakuwa form gani. You see? That's the reason. So when I talk of mentality of players, how it affects them, you are struggling to fit into the squad. That's the pre-match now. Again, after World Cup, kuna post-matches. Again it affects the mentality. So I won't talk much about the World Cup, but I was just shedding light on that aspect of mentality. And again, supporting what Kenan for being the weirdest World Cup ever seen, ever experienced, the series of World Cups.
Exactly. Then, Reg.
Yes.
What do you have to say about that now that World Cup comes in the middle of the season?
Actually, I'd say that it will affect clubs, because when players get back to their respective clubs, they'll have to start gaining momentum again, because they were in a very different environment. They were playing under very different tactics. So when they come back, they'll have to click. They'll need some time to get into their system once again. And others will come back with injuries. A team huruma ni Arsenal, labda kuna kina Bukayo Saka pale tumetegemea, kina Granit Xhaka maybe. So these are players we depend on. What if they come back fatigued? They come back with injuries. So this World Cup will affect a lot of players and affect a lot of clubs, because you never know, maybe it will kuna team yenye iko pale mid table itakuwa favored, maybe players wake hawakwenda World Cup, na kuna players wenye walikuwa top clubs walienda World Cup, wamerudi, they have fatigue, some have injuries, you see. And about the injuries wenye players wako nayo, actually the sweetness of watching football, like something like the World Cup, ni kuona teams at their best. Teams ziko na a very good squad. Now let's look at a team like Argentina. No Di Maria, no Dybala. So you see, maybe this is Messi's last World Cup. So actually the sweetness of football is watching teams with their best squad. Then unajua hii team iko na squad yake kamili. So what kind of game are they going to play? Hata kama wako na squad yao kamili lakini wame lose, where was the problem? Unajaribu kuangalia, but anyway, if players are injured, that means some players will have to come in and step up. So I expect a player like Ben White to be in the World Cup.
Okay, in what capacity? As a right back?
Actually, yes,
Maguire has not been playing, so you can't expect Maguire to be recalled to England squad.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes. So a player like Ben White is going to be chosen. I'm very hopeful because Trent, you never know if Trent will be fit, and Reece James might not be going to be in the World Cup. So a player like Ben White might be considered.
Wow. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate all of you guys for coming. Nashukuru sana for the comments that you've made.
Okay, Sam.
Yes.
Sam.
Yeah.
Okay. To go with Reg, Reg is very right because kwa club level hata msee akikosa game at least unajua in few weeks time atakam, sindio? Ama next season atakam. But sasa imagine una approach World Cup na una squad. Alafu sema tungoje 4 years akam. By 4 years things itakuwa imechange baya sana. So it's so weird to approach World Cup na squad in a very slow limbs watu yani an average team, you see. So uko na fullbacks, right fullbacks watatu wako na injury. How's that now? You see. So mimi anyway, because it may happen to iko Qatar, but I don't go for that for World Cup happening in the middle of the season. Reg is very right on that. Unaenda squad yako is short of players. That's all it is.
Exactly. You talked of pre-competition and post-competition, and I think umesema kitu right kwa sababu remember, as you said, these players wait for 4 years, and again waiting for 4 years, it means you have to go a full cycle of qualifying. You might go for a qualification but uta qualify, just like Italy did. They didn't qualify. Yes. They had a good Euro, but they did not qualify for the World Cup. Again, this is what affects the players. Unapata sometimes players wanakaribia kucheza hiyo competition, which is a very big competition. Then they start faking injuries. Ama they don't give it all in their matches because wanaogopa wakipata injury they are going to be phased out. Ama they are not going to compete in such big competition. So sometimes it affects the mentality of the players just before the competition and after competition. Sometimes they get broken. Unapata mtu kama Bukayo Saka, as you said, last season, ama after the Euros, they came back broken. They just found love at Arsenal, but the whole country, some of the people were not feeling well about them. Sancho, mtu kama Bukayo Saka, they were affected mentally. Of course, such things affect team. And you imagine, you are affected that way. Maybe you have been heartbroken because of your team has lost, because of the expectation that you had, and you are expected to continue with a competition that is so demanding again, which is the Premier League. So that also affects what you do in the field. I think you have a point. It's going to be a weird competition. This time, the league, whoever wins the league this season, I mean, lazima kuwe na top mentality because of the World Cup and some of the issues that comes up with that. So I think you've done a lot, and it's rather tap out now because we've had 2 hours. A good session we've had today. Thank you so much, guys, for coming up. Thank you so much. I've had a very wonderful show tonight, and I'm very happy that you guys have turned up. You've represented your teams very well. The topics today mmezi dissect vizuri sana. Nashukuru sana that you guys have come up. Your final remarks as we finish?
Okay, I want to say thank you. It was my first time in the show, na nimeshukuru. People wanaongea football in depth. Hakuna ile kubanta. Banta tunaachia group ban. Hapo tunaongea at least on an honest ground. I cherish you guys. Cheers, man. Cheers.
Actually, for me, I'd say it was a very wonderful show. Actually, it was very fun. You know, football is always fun. Talking about football is something that's, you do it with passion. It's not all about forcing. You do it with passion, and it was very wonderful. So for those who are watching, as you can see, we are talking about football, everything about football. It's very fun, and all of you are welcome. So don't forget to subscribe and tell a friend to tell a friend. Everyone is welcome, and nice, guys. I really appreciate it.
Cheers, guys. Peace, love, and unity. Bye. Let's see you tomorrow after the matches. or rather on Sunday, as we'll be doing the reviews of those matches.
Ah.
Okay.
Right.
Cheers.
Ah.
Okay.